spokesperson make of lies, and it is designed to create a feedback loop of lies. An official MAGA spokesperson makes an outrageous, unverified statement to these blogs and tabloids. Let's say they make the claim that USAID is funding gender surgeries for prisoners in Guatemala, because I hear that one a lot. I mean, that is all over my comments on Instagram. And then those hyper-partisan blogs and tabloids, they create an article on it. The Daily Mail and the Daily Caller, they publish an article in a way that manufactures outrage. I call it rage porn. And then they post these articles that are rooted in what that MAGA White House spokesperson said. And then the Trump White House cites those same tabloids and blogs that got its information from the White House itself, and then they use that as evidence to support the outrageous, wild, unverified claims that they just made, and then they post it on whitehouse.gov, X, Truth Social. This is serious. I cannot stress how serious this situation is, because blogs and tabloids are shaping United States policy based on a feedback loop of just bullshit. This is a very dangerous time in history for the United States, because now the most credible sources that are shaping our children's future, because the Republicans are passing policy based on this information. It's not scientific studies. It's not government. It's not government audits. It's hyper partisan blogs that is recycled and regurgitated through official government channels based on a feedback loop. That is what's shaping the future for my daughter. On a personal note, for a long time when I came back from war, I gave up on my country. I was so hurt and disheartened. I didn't care about democracy. I didn't care about politics. I was mad at the government. You know, I'm not a professional at this. I don't know why Ben hired me, if I'm being totally honest. But I do know one thing. When my daughter was born, a deep, deep fear took root in my soul for her future. What we think is happening is happening. And much like a broken marriage, I am learning to re-love America and forgive her for past transgressions. And I'm doing that for the sake of my child's future. What I'm doing right now is my life's work, because that is what a good dad would do.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what's happening in America in 2025. You know, there's certain people out there who, it seems like every video they make, it's just gloom and doom. I'm not talking about now, they've been doing it for years. You know, the fall of the American empire, blah, 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 capitalism, late stage capitalism, every empire falls. And my perspective hasn't been rosy either, but certainly not on that level. And I kind of looked, I don't want to say looked down on, but I thought it was a bit much. Some people, how negative they were about America and our future. Well, at this point, I'm wondering if this is my Kyle Kulinski moment, where I'm a little bit naive, and even though I realized that things were very bad in this country for sure, I didn't realize that it's perhaps much worse. I will end this video with this perspective. Currently, my outlook for the country, in terms of the economy in particular, is we're looking at a 4 to 5 years to recover from what's being done right now. Not everything, but the worst of it. Or 10 years plus. We're at a crossroads. On one hand, it's 4 to 5 years of misery. On the other hand, a decade or more of misery. Obviously, things can go other ways. Maybe things will bounce back in 6 months to a year. In some way, it's going to be a rough 4 years. That I'm certain of. It's just a matter of how you define rough 4 years. Right now we're headed to a critical state. Massive economic decline, thoughts of breadlines, recession, depression. But it is possible that although rocky, it doesn't have to be that extreme. We could be getting really close to recession but never fully go there. We could have swings where there's a downturn and then it's back up again and it's a downturn. Time will tell. One thing that's for sure, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Most important part is the preparing for the worst.